Bluetooth.
Ka pai maka ma tera ko ngā waia ta ika roa, ngā mihi o te ata, ai tēnei te mihi nui rawa atu kia kouta katoa e pikari taringa mai nā. Nā, nau mai ngā hua, nau mai ngā taonga, nau mai te mātahi o te tau mānawa tia a Matariki, koe ko te kaupapa nui e whakahonoretia e te motu hei a popo. Heoi, kia mohi anō mai koutou e whakarongo mai nā, kei au te tehi Pukapuka. Nā Miriama Kamo rāwa ko rangi mā tāmua tēnei a Pukapuka i tuhi. Ana kei au te tehi o ngā pukapuka kei au kuringaringa i aia nei, me te mea no hoki he whakataitai, he whakahaereti ana e mātau. Ke tā koha atu tēnei pukapuka ki a koutou. Engari, ko te mea nunui rawa atu, ko te mea whakahira rawa atu nei, ko tai mai tēnei putipuri, tēnei o ngā whitu maiangi, tēnei o ngā kati taramea ki te kōrero tahi ai kia tātou i tēnei o ngā ata. Joining us live on Tainui Live, she has been on our screens for many a years now. You'll know her from 2020, from Breakfast, from the show Sunday. What else we got up in there? One News. She's even done One News as well. Man, you've done a whole lot of things, Miriama. Miriama aroha mai. No mai ki Tainui Live. It's such a pleasure to have you on air.
Kia ora, Patara. It's absolutely lovely to be here. Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, look, the pleasure is all ours, absolutely. Now, tell us all about this, Matariki. Tell us about your journey when it comes to Matariki, actually. Is this something that you grew up learning about, or is this something that you picked up later on in life?
Yeah, I didn't learn about it growing up, and this has been one of the kind of curiosities for me in writing this book, was realizing that I hadn't grown up with it, and although I grew up on marae and so on, this came as a surprise, this mātauranga, and I probably didn't become familiar with it until about 15, maybe 20 years ago, and I remember thinking, oh, what's this? How do I not know about this? This is odd. And so it's been this process of kind of connecting back to that mātauranga, and thank goodness for Rangi Mātāmua, because he has, and for the other astronomers and experts who have brought this mātauranga back for all of us. Because it's beautiful knowledge, and I'm on this journey now of wanting to figure out how I can, include it in my life every day, not just once a year, but to connect to that mātauranga, and also to the maramataka. I just want to figure out how to make this a potent force every day.
Absolutely, because this is something that, I grew up in Kura Kaupapa as well, so, I've got a breadth of knowledge when it comes to Te Ao Māori, but this is something that wasn't taught even at Kura Kaupapa when we were coming through. So I was really surprised myself that this knowledge is starting to come on now, and I suppose the beauty of it is that now that Rangi has, brought this to the forefront, Kura now teaching it. We had a wānanga with Rahui Papa last night where he talked about Tainui's version of Matariki, because every iwi has their own whakaaro and their own stories when it comes to Matariki, right?
Yeah, exactly. And Rangi's really careful, and he was really careful in this puka as well to make sure that we said that this is just one set of stories, and that every iwi has their own. And of course, being from Ngaitahu, but I'm also Ngāti Mutunga, and there we look at puanga as the marker of the new year, and so. It's beautiful because Rangi has brought back this knowledge, but he's also reminding us that we don't have a monolithic view. Māori are diverse people in our views and in our knowledge and in the way that we do things across different iwi and hapu. And so that was a beautiful reminder too.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us, take us through the process of writing this Pukapuka, and how do people get it?
Oh, so it's in all bookstores at the moment. If you can't find it in a bookstore, you can order it online. You just need to Google it. But so there's a lot of different ways that you can access it. But we've just been so grateful to whānau and to all of those who are out there supporting the Pukapuka. It's really exciting and really gratifying.
Well, you talked about how you're going to apply Matariki to your everyday life, but of course a lot of the motu will be celebrating it tomorrow. Take us through some of the things that you and your whānau are going to be doing to celebrate Matariki this year.
Well, you might be able to tell I'm in the car right now, and my sister is driving me to the airport. because I'm off to Wellington, and Billy Spragan has got our Māori chef has got a couple of events on, one that I'm hosting for him, and he is hosting the launch of our Pukapuka down in Wellington. And then also, so he's got Talking with Tumo on Thursday night, so I'll be emceeing that for him. And then the very next morning we have the launch of the public holiday at Te Papa, so I'll be getting up early for that. And then later on in the evening there's another event that Tangi has put on with Te Papa. So it's a pretty packed schedule this week.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what happens when you're that good at your job, Miriama. Everybody wants to have a piece of you, right?
It's funny because it's like Matariki is meant to be the time to pause and reflect and rest and prepare, and every Māori I know is running madly around trying to get to all the events and trying to support everything and be a part of celebrating this. So we're kind of doing the opposite in some ways of what we're meant to be doing, but it's understandable because it's the first year that we're celebrating this public holiday, and what an amazing thing.
Absolutely. All right. So, what is your favorite? Which one of the stars is your favorite, and why? And of course, Hiwa Te Rangi is where you can wish upon a star. Have you got a New Year's resolution? I roto I te ao Māori this time around.
Yeah, my New Year's resolution is to become, as I mentioned earlier, to become more familiar with the maramataka, to figure out how to make, as I say, matariki matter every day. But the wish that I have through Hiwa I Te Rangi, and this is one of my favourite bets too, is that we act on our convictions where it comes to our taio, to our environment. And as we face huge environmental challenges ahead, and our people are going to be the most affected in this country by that. And so my wish is that everybody acts as kaitiaki of our environment every day in every way. And the other favourite star I have is Pukapuka, and this is the star that looks after those who have passed. And so this matariki is really important because it's when my father, according to our customs, will be released by Taramainduku into the sky to become a star after having passed last August. So those are my two favourite bets, Pukapuka and Hiwa I Te Rangi. And the other reason that they're my favourite ones is because when I wrote my first book, Stolen Stars of Matariki, Rangi suggested that the two stolen stars should be these particular two stars. Because at first I was thinking, I'll use Waiti and Waita. And then he said, well, why don't you make it the two stars that have been most recently acknowledged in the cluster? And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a cool idea. And so, and it worked out just beautifully for the storytelling. And so I have a huge fondness and such gratitude for Rangi for so many different reasons, and this is just one.
Fantastic. Okay, are you going to be dropping some more Pukapuka our way anytime soon? Is this another career path for you? Are you going to be getting on the old pen and paper or the typewriter, as it were, and start typing away and producing some more Pukapuka for us?
Yeah, I hope that there'll be another one next year. I mentioned that I want to become more familiar with the maramataka, so that's where I want to focus my efforts for the next Pukapuka.
Ka pai. Well, e te mārei kura, e te kōkō tangi wai, tēnā koe, I whai wāhi atu kia tātou I tēnei ki o ngā ata. Ia koe e takahi ana I te rangi ki roto I a pōneke I tēnei wā, kia haere tū atu, kia hoki tū mai koe, and I hope to catch up with you sometime soon. Here, wait, I'll give you the toko if you have any kōrero or any kaupapa you want to say before we close out.
Whānau te matariki, enjoy this time. This is one of the things I feel really passionately about, and as Rangi always says, this is mātauranga for this whenua, and it's not imported. It's not like Christmas and the other traditions that we've imported from other cultures and other places around the world. This is mātauranga that's embedded here, and that we, it informed our survival. It's not just a nice whakaaro and a lovely bit of mātauranga that's sort of way back in the day. This is, in my view, mātauranga that's potentially more vital now than it's ever been as we face into the environmental challenges that we have. So embrace this time, embrace this mātauranga, be excited about what it means for us as Māori, and I urge you to join me and learn more about it so that we can together make it part of our everyday lives.
Ka pai. O koutou e whakarongo mai nā, me kaha tau koutou karakia kia hiwe i te rangi, kia riro ia koe te te hioi nei pukapuka. Make sure you do a massive prayer to hiwe i te rangi so you can score yourself one of these pukapuka on us at Tainui Live. O tira, i tika ana pēnā tā Miriama kōrero ne, tuku i a umihi anō hoki kia puhutu kaua, kui anō hoki te kupenga nui o tara mainuku i kohi nei i ngā wairua i whiturangi i tia, ana ka tukuna ki te ao orangi nui kia whiturangi i tia rātou. Miriama, thank you so much for joining us. Have a fantastic trip. And as I said, go standing and come back standing, and we'll catch up again sometime soon, of course, as you drop some more puka, and I'll see you on the television screens. Ngā mihi, nui ra wātu kia koe.
Ngā mihi nui.